archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. I'm having an Alan Wake 2, The Night Springs adventure. Well, I guess it's the Night Springs Alan Wake 2 expansion adventure. Whatever, John. Whatever. Let's go into it. This is Alan Wake 2. I am an episode into the final draft. And if I load my game, I think, yeah, I still have access to all that. But if we go to the expansions, there's the Lake House, which is not out yet. Hello, brother. And of course, Night Springs. Night Springs is, of course, a parody of the Twilight Zone. But obviously, the name of the town Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2 is set in is called... Oh, it has a name, doesn't it? It's Light Falls, because it's next to waterfalls. And so, it's the opposite. It's like the opposite version of it. Also, Night Springs, before Alan Wake became a famous writer, he wrote for Night Springs. It was a TV program, and you get bits of those TV programs. Let's actually jump across to the other side. And while I do that, let's hide that. I need my face here. So yeah, Night Springs episodes now available to play. Experience the surreal strangeness of a Night Springs TV show and free episodic adventures that transform the familiar into the bizarre. So yeah, I believe these are... So Alan Wake 1, at the end of the game, he goes into the lake, and he gets trapped into the darkness. There is a DLC to Alan Wake 1, which is like must play to finish the actual story, where he just has to sort of figure out how to like control the powers from within the lake. Then there's 1.5, which is American Nightmare. American Nightmare is proper rubbish. I did not replay it for any of this. Let's send the snail away. But what it is an episode of Night Springs. It's his first attempt at escaping. Alan Wake 2 is his second attempt of escaping. He has already escaped. Oh no, he hasn't, has he? The end of Alan Wake 2, you essentially have to play the game twice. New Game Plus is canon, where you start the adventure again, having tweaked certain elements, and hopefully you'll win this time. But obviously, the DLC's time is wibbly wobbly in the lake. Anyway, let's begin. We have 3 episodes. Number 1 fan, North Star, and Timebreaker. So I will say, Agent. I think there's Agent North Star. I don't know if that's his name. No. It's called North Star for a reason. This will be about Alice, which will be self-explanatory. This will be about the woman from Control, whose name escapes me right now. And this will be about Tim Breaker, which is a funny name, because it's Timebreaker. But it's Quantum Break. Quantum Break is not canon because they don't own the rights to Quantum Break. So they keep saying, oh, no, all the things about Max Payne and Quantum Break, they're just a little Easter egg because it's not canon. It's like... But also, it's up to you to interpret it. And I'm like, I get ya. It's odd. So they're having to skirt so like licenses rules. They won't use specific terminology, but we'll play in order.
The dictionary definition of the word is an enthusiast, a fervent devotee, an abbreviation of fanatic. What comes across to an outsider as a dangerous obsession or even madness is something entirely different from the point of view of the fan herself. To be a fan is a joyous existence, one filled with the happiness that stems from knowing with utter clarity the purpose of your life. But what if that purpose could be more still? If you could be lifted out of the flock as your idol's chosen one, the only one who could decipher his secret messages. What lengths would you go to save the object of your obsession in
Night Springs. So that's Wallendor, who's a character we met in
cult classic
oh,
episode
still going.
#1 fan.
So the actor who was going to play Wallendor sadly died. I've forgotten his name. I should double check his name. Yeah, this will be Alice. But Quantum Break had a character called Martin Hatch. And it's clearly the same character.
Life's a funny thing. You spend all your time wishing and hoping and dreaming for something, and then, bam! Destiny
Lance Reddick.
shows up at your door like a mailman with a package you were pretty sure got lost because you ordered it like 6 months ago.
I love Alice.
But that's okay. When your destiny has eyes like sunsets and a beard like mahogany-colored velvet,
Mahogany.
how it arrives. But my day didn't start off with all that excitement. It began like any other day did for this waitress / protector of the town of Night Springs.
So,
As always, Knight's Diner was the hottest spot in town, so there was plenty of work to do.
So, it's not called Knight's Diner. Obviously, we're in the Night Springs version of the town. What will I say? So, what's the time? The diner is, of course, like everything from Alan Wake, actually inspired quite obviously from... Oh, fuck, what's it called? Twin Peaks. There is a diner. Like, the whole big thing about coffee and the diner is all just from Twin Peaks. But, like, Alice is... well, there is a waitress in... There's several waitresses in Twin Peaks. They're quite important. Alice is kind of a unique character because in the first game, she was Alan's biggest fan. And she was just kind of cloying and annoying. And you have this manager called Barry, who's just like, "Hi, Alice," and it's like, "You gotta be." But Alan fucking hates her, like, because whatever, because it's a fan and he's a rock star at that point, essentially. In this version, which is like 15 years later, right? Because the real time's passed. She's now like, because I think she was like 20 in the first game, so she's like still working in the diner. But her personality is wonderful because she's I guess the word is a Karen. There's a bit where you are Agent Saga, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Saga," and Saga. Now, from the perspective of her, the town has warped history into thinking that Saga grew up in the town. So, like, all the townsfolk are under the thrall of the story. But the way, like, Saga's like, "No, I'm not. You don't know who I am." And she's like, "Oh, you. Of course." She's just like, yeah, she'd be fucking insufferable in real life, but I love Alice in this game. She might be my favorite character. It's that well a realized character. But yeah, look.
Hi, everyone. Could
But
I get another cup of that delicious special brew that only you know how to make? Of course. Who else wants a top up? Me. Right here, please.
One for me, please, and
So-
thank you.
So that Alice somehow sees herself as the most important person in the universe is yes. The other thing is she turns up in Alan Wake 2 and she essentially has like, "Oh, I've kept all this stuff for you because of those secret messages you left me, Alan, didn't you?" And Alan's like, "No, I didn't leave you." "Oh yeah, of course you did." Yeah, so she's incredibly delusional, but like, Alan did right. Because everything technically that happens is written by Alan, so yeah, Alan technically did give her secret messages. But I've got to go in. I work in the diner. Yeah, it's not normally pink.
The pie here is to die for.
Yeah, the very first thing, like the agent in Twin Peaks, like he gets himself a cup of coffee and a pie, and it's the best damn coffee he's ever eaten.
Here's your coffee. How do you juggle running this diner, your bird sanctuary, and that amazing fan site for the writer you love so much? I I work extremely hard, but also I'm naturally talented.
Well, heck, no wonder us regular folks can't keep up. I'll never
Yeah.
be as successful as you.
You won't be with that attitude. Life's not a side order of hash browns, so don't expect someone to bring it to you.
Wow. That's tough, but fair. Thank you for telling me exactly what I needed to hear.
No problem. Here you go.
A person of your genius and grace is wasted serving coffee to us regular Joes and Joannes.
Oh, I don't mind.
I've not played Fallout 4, but let's say yes. Because it's not Fallout 1 or 2.
Another cup.
I would kill to have a passion like you do for that writer of yours.
During Alan Wake 2,
Destined.
you find her fan...
We sure are.
What's it? Not fan art. She writes stories as well. There's lunchboxes all over the place that you use for upgrades, but they've all got like little stories she wrote about her saving Alan Wake and Alan Wake being, oh my goodness, you saved me, Alice, the most amazing woman on the planet. And they're all really poorly written. Fan fiction. That's the word.
Hot coffee.
I heard your fan site for that writer was named best fan site in the world. Congratulations.
It's the thing that sold me on her is you can't actually see it right now, but it's just the expression she makes when Saga says I don't know you. She's just like, I can't do it, but it's just like, oh yes you do, and it's like, yeah, completely fucking insufferable.
Writer is madly in love with her, but is too shy to make the first move. I loved being the very successful owner and operator of the county's most popular diner. But that was nothing compared to my grease fire of passion for the writer and his sheer literary talent and flowing hair and lips. Like
So I'm assuming we're in the fan fiction now. Oh no, because it's...
I need to clear the empty pie plates from the tables. Shucks.
Oh, it can be both as well because of the way Alan Wake works. Because obviously this is an episode of Night Springs.
Last night was a total bust. You're the expert on romance. Any advice?
What happened?
Yes. But first, tell me everything.
Long story short, she told me I dressed like a divorced gym teacher.
Well, don't do that anymore.
But it's what's inside that matters, right?
You still have to put in some effort. If you don't have a jacket with elbow patches,
No, don't do the elbow patches. That looks terrible.
Got it. Thanks a million.
Not even Alan Wake can
mention it.
gets away with wearing elbow patches. He wears entirely too many jackets, that guy.
Time for that. I've got customers waiting.
My
Those
God.
plates won't clear themselves.
Oh, we're still clearing plates.
Writer lives just outside town in that mansion of his. Why don't you go talk to him?
Oh, we have our own ways of talking.
Signs in the sky, that sort of thing.
That you saved every single kitten.
Amazing. Thanks.
Why would a bear even attack kittens?
Paid off.
I can't believe I left my hat at home.
Am I missing them? Oh. Funny enough, this is how the expansion pack to Alan Wake 1 starts in this diner. It's a really fucking hard fight.
First, we're gonna make this our 20th win in a row.
Is there any more? There must be all of them. Oh, you can just put it here. A burger. Oh yeah, the quest was to dispense really good advice. You put the okay, I get the
What can I get you?
something in the coconut?
I need a good book recommendation. After all, you're the town's literature buff.
Can you be
Oh, you have got to read the book in the Writer's Crime Trilogy. I'll grab you a copy from the back.
Can't be a buff if you've only read one person's sets of novels. Yeah, because this, you need a key from... Oh no, hang on. This isn't the right room. I'm an employee. You need to find a key to find her computer to find out that she's the one who's been writing the fan fiction. And it's kind of obvious. Beat Poetry Night for literary advancements of Night Springs. Every Friday at 8 PM. Some pictures of Alan Wake. Employee of the Decade. Recognition of basically being the best at everything. Presented to everyone's favourite waitress. Oh, we can zoom in. We'll zoom in on this fan art. Incredibly accurate Alan Wake fan art. Not bad drawings.
You better not crease any pages.
Two can do it. Two can do it. Thank you so much for taking in my 6 macaws. I know you have your hands full with all the other sick birds in your bird sanctuary. The bird sanctuary is new. I don't remember that. All the other sick birds in your bird sanctuary. But if anyone can find a cure for the rare bird lupus, it's you. Yours truly, a young girl who wants to be you someday. The only thing that hurts more than love is loving again. Love Will Hurt by America's best selling writer. That one? Death comes for everyone. It doesn't mean it's painless. Death will hurt. By America's best-selling writer. And will hurt. A man's life is ripped away. He's out to get justice for the whole city. Is that the trilogy? Can I pick him up?
It's me, your favorite writer whose voice you would recognize in your sleep. I'm in danger. Please, my #1 fan, you're the only one who can save me.
Oh my gosh!
My goodness!
Don't worry, I'm on my way. My beloved writer was in terrible danger, and I had to rescue him. The stakes had never been higher. Luckily, I kept all my accessories in the diner's kitchen.
Accessories to murder? Let's see if there's anything over here. Birds. Silly birds. What, in the diner? Or like in the back of the diner? Ooh, we've been in here before.
My accessories. Everything a girl needed to claim victory in the battle for love.
Shotgun!
Action hunting rifle with a gorgeous walnut stock. Deadly, and looks good doing it. Just like me. My trusty 12 gauge, fully automatic. Extreme circumstances call for extreme shotguns.
Ooh, automatic fire with
Finally
R2.
ready for a night out on the town with danger.
Right, I have to remember how to actually play the game. We'll go with the shotgun. Didn't you die? And everybody clapped.
You better hurry! Go through the boatyard! It's the shortest route!
The boatyard.
This was my moment. My chance to save the writer and make him realize how much he needed me. And if that's not love, I don't know what is.
Run the diner while you're gone! Or we'll be way worse at it! Tell him we all love his boys!
One waitress plus one writer forever. Did I pass the boatyard? This is the boatyard, right? All the signs. You've got this, he needs you. There's a sign that says, not this way. I don't remember this. Actually, won't go that way. Okay. I'll follow the signs. Nothing can stop the power of love.
I was leaving my old life behind, like a body left to sink in a lake so no one finds it. Nothing would get between me and my future with the writer.
There we go. My God, something got in the way. Oh, there we go.
Now, who the heck is that?
Hey, Ah. It's the,
Who are you? And why do you look like a slightly less handsome version of my writer?
Oh, don't you ever compare me to that worthless hack. Sure, I may be his wild and rebellious estranged twin brother, but we can't all be perfect.
I had no idea he had a brother. To think there were two of him all this time.
John
After
Mirror.
today, there won't be. No more writer, no more books, no more living in his shadow.
So in... Oh, hello, Craig. I managed to finish the Final Fantasy 16 DLC. And all the bloody side missions as well. I have done some cooking. Now I'm playing Alan Wake.
But you're his brother. I'm sure you two can talk it out and realize you have so much in common. And after you change, you can move in together. And I'll come over with popcorn for movie nights.
He had his chance for popcorn and movie nights, but he wanted to keep everything for himself. Too bad. You know what they say? If you can't join him, beat him.
So, Alan Wake does not have a brother. He does have... I should say Max Payne. If you play Max Payne, he sometimes sees a... and this is in the original, like, 1999 or 2000, Max Payne. It's all set in New York, but there's a TV program called... Oh, what's... Hang on. Google the TV programs in Max Payne.
I found this on the web.
Okay. No, I didn't say that. Why has it gotten worse? In Max Payne. Yes, please search that, please. So, because in Twin Peaks, by the way, at some point in Twin Peaks, there's a TV program that I never remember the name of, but it's a parody of Twin Peaks, taking the piss out of like the idea of twins, and using the same actor for somebody just died, but is it her twin immediately comes in, because that's a thing that literally happens in Twin Peaks. It's even in the title of the show. So Max Payne also does it with its TV shows. Every time you pass a TV in Alan Wake or Max Payne, you'll have this little parody TV show. In fact, in Alan Wake, it's Twin Peaks. In Max Payne, there are a few, and I'm trying to remember the name of them. There's Lords and Ladies, Address Unknown. In Address Unknown, there's the Max Payne story, but it's about a guy called John Mirror, and he has an evil counterpart. In fact, basically, the story of Alan Wake is in Max Payne, and of course, Alan Wake is the guy who wrote Max Payne, though he's not called Max Payne anymore. He's called something else. It's also a pun, but I didn't even realise it was a pun until somebody told me. What have you done?
What did you do to him?
I locked Mr. Fancy Pants up somewhere you'll never find him.
You won't get away with this. I'll stop you.
Babe, I got an army of people that hate that hack almost as much as I do. They're ready to die if it stops him from writing another crappy book. What do you got?
I have a shotgun.
I have a shotgun.
Well, I got a... Wait, that's a real shotgun? Okay, I admit that's I didn't expect that. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop all of us.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's book.
Oh god, how do I play this game again? Oh my god, this is... I should have practiced the game. Of course it's going to be difficult. It's the fucking DLC. Love never gives up. Okay, so there are... Alan Wake has two counterparts. There's a guy called Thomas Zane who's a poet, like from 100 years ago. Also, he might have never been a poet. He might have only just been a not Swedish, a Finnish filmmaker. Either way, he might have written Alan Wake into existence, and so they both have the same face. But also, I forgot the Dark Presence. There's also the Dark Presence, which in the first game was a witch called Barbara Yaga, as in Baba Yaga, who was Thomas Zane's girlfriend in the filmmaking career. But like that's the Dark Presence is like an eldritch horror that's clearly controlling her. But in the second game, the Dark Presence, there's now like an evil serial killer version of Alan Wake. But that's only American Nightmare's version of him. In Alan Wake 2's version of him, like, one, it's sort of metaphorically like his own darkness and doubt and all that, but also it's just the Dark Presence. Oh fuck, shit. I just wanna Google what's the evil version of Alan Wake called?
Here's what I found.
Who is the villain to Alan Wake 2?
I found this on the web.
I've completely forgotten if it just calls them Dark Presence. Whatever.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books. Me and my writer.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, I can automatic fire mode. Oh fuck. I've forgotten what the dodge button is. I figured out the... Okay, I'm gonna start again. Okay.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books, there's only one way to deal with monsters.
Ah, fuck! Shit. Yep, it's gonna be difficult. End of game difficulty, fair enough.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books. There's only one way to deal with monsters.
Oh, coming from directions I was not expecting. Fuck.
Hold on. I need to fill my gun up.
You have a new route? Yeah, obviously I was supposed to make use of them more often.
The twins' motorcycle had left tracks in the mud. I recognized the tread pattern immediately, thanks to my famously keen perception. The tracks would lead me right to my writer and his kidnapper. I felt like the detective from my writer's books, solving the case with my wits. All I needed now was an unlimited supply of black coffee and crippling emotional trauma caused by the untimely death of my spouse.
Yeah, Alan Wake is married as well, so like... Although, I guess you'd think Alice was dead as well now that I think about it. Oh, hang on. Alice is his wife. Fuck, what's the waitress called? Let me read your badge. Oh, I didn't actually say have your badge. It's Alice Wake. Fuck. I've been calling her Alice, haven't I? What's the waitress called in Alan Wake?
There's no one in your contacts named Alan Wake.
In... Google, what's the waitress called in Alan Wake?
Here's what I found.
Rose. It's the colour. Nah, I just think that's a sort of pink theme.
haters. I'm fresh out of bullets.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know about... No, she knows about the light rule as well.
Me and my writer. My gun's hungry.
Hey.
Oopsies. Can't forget the bullets.
Fuck.
Whoops. Gotta put more bullets in. Bullets. It's bullets o'clock.
Oh. You have a map? We do not have a map. At Thomas Zane's house?
My writer ever told me he had a semi-evil twin brother. He must be waiting until our third or fourth date, surrounded by candles, so he could reveal this vulnerable chapter from the dramatic story of his emotionally troubled past. Oh, that man has more layers than a croissant.
There's the food. All the tears of all the angels in heaven were like... What? Okay. This is, all the tears of all the angels in heaven were falling over the city. She wore the rain like a funeral shroud. She was in a sad state, the city of mine, but she was still mine. The filthy prison I call home. I was here for a reason. Joe Bullets Capone. He was inside drinking champagne and throwing around his dirty money while I stood in the rain smoking a soggy cigarette. But that didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was I knew Bullets had a bad night coming his way. And he had no clue. He made me wait for it, though. My pack of cigarettes was long gone by the time Bullets staggered out of the... It's gonna hurt my throat, this. By the time Bullets staggered out of the back door, I detached myself from the shadows, stepped up right beside the pathetic excuse of a man. Long time, Joe. Bullets looked up. His booze-soaked grin twisted to something less friendly. You. He reached for his pistol under his jacket. 6-shooter with slugs big as my cigarette stubs. I'd done my homework. He barely had the piece out of his holster before I was on him. Oh, I can't do the gravel, I'm sorry. My foot won't let me. Bullets. Okay. He barely had the piece out of its holster before I was on him. I wrestled it out of his hands, tossed it behind the dumpster. Bullets didn't like that. Gave me one right in the gut. Wind rushed out of my lungs like a soul leaving a body. Though through my wheezing, I could make out a slap of boots against water. Bullets was legging it. Had to get after him. Couldn't lose him. Not when I was so close. He had info I needed. The address of the last stop for this train called Revenge. So I sucked in whatever air I could and took off after him. Through the twisting maze of alleyways, 2 rats, but only 1 cheese. I pulled out my revolver. I was playing for keeps. Don't make this hard, Joe. I caught up to him as he was dropping down the other side of a chain-link fence. He sneered, teeth like rows of grey tombstones. He thought he was escaping. He thought he was safe. My body slammed against the fence like a bird against a window. I clutched the thin metal and scrambled over it, the jagged ends of wires ripping through my sleeves, my leather coat biting into my skin. The pain was welcome. I dropped down the alley and ran like a panther. At every blind corner I expected a trash can lid to the face. None came. Maybe Bullets hadn't liked what he saw in my eyes as I climbed that fence. I bet he wasn't smiling now. Then I had him. A trapped rat trying and failing to wrench his locked door off its hinges. I levelled my gun at him. You know what I want, Joe. Bullets lets go of the door handle. Hands up as they go, beseeching a higher power not to cast him down. Come on, man, I ain't gonna bring your wife back. Can't hurt to try. Talk. Yeah, sure thing, sure. Bullets lunged to his ankle. A crack of lightning from my hand, and he was down in the gutter, clutching his belly. I walked over, calm as snow. I stood over him, watched his putrid blood mingle with the river and rainwater. You talk, I call an ambulance. His words were having a hard time getting through the pain. You're insane, man, insane. I levelled my gun with his eyes. Try again. Okay. You want the big man, yeah? I know where you can find him. Blood pounded in my ears like war drums. All the killing, the sleepless nights, the booze, the countless cigarettes I smoked while ghosts swirled around me. It was all for this. The drums got louder. Bullets caught his breath, straining against the pain. Then he spilled his guts. My #1 fan! If I don't make it, then I just want you to know that... No, I can't say it. Curse my crippling, sensitive, artistic nature. I left the alley. I told the waiter on the curb that the guy had been shot. Didn't care what he needed with that information. I had what I needed. I didn't care what he needed. So this is the secret messages Alan is leaving her. Cool. Where are we going? Not there.
The motorcycle tracks ended at a cabin. Was my rider inside?
Isn't anyone gonna rescue this poor little rider? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm just a frail rider and I require aid.
He's inside! I'm here! I've come to save you!
Oh, joy! We can finally be together and sit through beat poetry readings and drink $18 cocktails and have high tea with the queen.
Wait a minute.
That's not Alan Wake.
Drinks coffee. 2 sugars, no milk. I keep all the mugs.
Okay, no more tricks. I'll be waiting upstairs.
Muscles don't cry, they sweat. Life is not unlike a highway.
Running with wolves seems like a dangerous hobby.
Everything you need to know to lead your wolf pack like a true alpha. T.J. Wolfe. Yeah, so what I forgot to mention is Martin Hatch, or Wallen Dorr. He's the secondary villain to Quantum Break. Because after you beat the game, the implication is he is like an interdimensional being who has different plans than the villain. But Quantum Break never got DLC, so it never got resolved.
I guess writing doesn't run in the family.
Brothers, the moon can only shine when the sun is gone. The night can only come when the day is gone. Can the sea ever meet the ocean? So in Alan Wake, much like Kingdom Hearts, water and darkness are synonymous with each other, specifically the ocean and darkness.
Where are you?
I was never upstairs. I lied when I said there were no more tricks.
You're starting to peeve me off, mister. Where is my writer?
I'm just having a little fun. Let's chat down at the beach. It's just out the back.
First, he kidnaps my writer. Then he calls him a tea drinker.
Nothing wrong with being a tea drinker.
Crossed the line. I was going to go to that beach and give this jerk the scolding of a lifetime.
Car battery, solid potential. Torture ideas for hack brother. Car battery, solid potential. Pulling fingernails. Too messy, of course. The bell. Where do I get a bell? Blunt spoon. Nice and simple. Dismantle typewriters. A+ psychological damage. Gasoline fire. Fire might burn my cabin down. Maybe overcomplicating this? Maybe.
The twin said he was down at the beach.
This would make for a really weird Twilight Zone episode, though. Not this beach, this beach. Okay, different beach, this beach. Okay, it doesn't help that it's a different dodge button than Final Fantasy 16. And Final Fantasy 16 is already confusing because it has a movement mechanic and a dodge button. And you really need to use the dodge button.
Get down to that beach and get my rider back.
Hey, me and my bike were just enjoying the view.
Is that where we saw? Why did I walk round?
Where is my rider?
What do you even see in that crybaby? He's boring, he dresses like a nerd.
Hush your mouth! He is a stylish intellectual who is in touch with his feelings.
You're starting to cramp my style, babe. And I'm not telling you where he is.
What did he ever do to you?
I already told you that? At the boatyard? I feel overshadowed by success, like he's taking everything I can compete.
Oh, right. I remember now. It's a self-confidence thing.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
You are going to tell me where he is, or else.
Or else what, babe?
You asked for it. You are rude. You have no manners. Your too cool to care attitude is attractive initially, but drives people away after they realize you're emotionally incapable of letting your walls down to reveal that you are a vulnerable human being just like everybody else. You are trying way too hard with that outfit.
No, stop! I don't like being seen! Listen, I never had your precious writer. I was just keeping you distracted while my army of haters storms his mansion. Now the love of your life is doomed. Doomed!
Oh shit.
He tricked me, even with my famously keen perception.
Is that the Because, hang on. What was the last song you did?
My spinach this morning, so don't mess with me.
I need to learn how to dodge.
Very rude. Oh, hold on. I need to fill my gun up.
Okay.
Writer's Mansion as fast as my chunky kitten heels would take me.
Fuck out. Yeah, I've not done that one. That's well hard.
My gun's hungry. It's bullets o'clock. Oh, hold on. I need to fill my gun up. Very rude.
Cool. Where's... a deer. Oh, it's the Oh Dear Diner, yes.
I knew you, my #1 fan, would never fall victim to my twisted brother's lies. His hatred for me is as inexplicable as the sunrise, and just as fiery. But I knew your heart would never waver. You're the only one who can save me. I believe in you.
My writer believed in me. We were kindred spirits. We fit together like a bicycle chain and that spiky wheel thing the chain fits into. We were connected by love and destiny. He was meant to be mine, always and forever. There was no time to lose. I was the only one who could save the writer and the very soul of literature from these evil haters. The fate of all art rested on my shoulders. The stakes had never been higher.
Here we are. There's the bad boy.
have to stop you myself, I will. Unlike him, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
It's hot. Fuck. Maybe use the dodge button, John. My goodness.
No, but that won't stop. She quoted the It series. I think it was accidental, but I still enjoy the accidental quote. I would love if that was intentional.
Finish me off.
I wonder. It was one of the clips I always wanted. You know these clips I do. These clips here.
Ooh, nasty.
It's a complete coincidence because only I care about this quote. Like it's not famous at all. But in the TV series of It, there's a woman like Pennywise the clown cuts off a person's head and leaves it in a fridge, right? Or they're gonna meet like they're gonna meet their friends in a group. It's the second half of the story, and they all find this head. And the girl, I don't know her name, goes, "Why is he so mean?" And I love that quote. It wasn't even the same words. I was just reminded of it and wanted to talk about it.
I'm not going to kill you.
Or your bike.
You're my darling writer's brother.
You really do love him, huh? I guess I never even had a chance. I was just jealous of his talent, his money, his velvety hair. But mostly, that he's got the love of somebody as amazing as you.
Yeah,
Oh, you silly werewolf. You could have all those things too. You just need to stop wanting to be him and start wanting to be you.
Your words have shown me that it wasn't my brother I hated. It was myself. Oh, what have I done? Those haters will tear him apart, and it's all my fault. Please, go save him.
Oh, I intend to.
I enjoy how much of this you can do because the wolves are already in the game, right? And some of the zombies, the Taken, otherwise known as the haters. Oh yeah, because the old people's homes used to be Thomasin's house.
Someone order a reckoning? My gun's hungry.
Maybe you should.
Can't forget the bullets. So don't mess with me.
I'm gonna go upstairs, but I'm gonna investigate down here first.
Me and my writer. I'm fresh out of bullets.
Ooh. The spiral.
And there he was. After all the fighting, we were finally alone. Together.
Ta-da.
Our love was written in the stars. And so we danced like two spinning planets that would eventually crash into each other in a dazzling display of flames and rocks and other planet stuff. He told me all the sweet things I'd been waiting a lifetime to hear. I saw myself reflected in his eyes. I would always be at his side to inspire and protect him. He needed me now and forever. After all, I am his #1 fan.
There we go. Don't know how.
A fan and the object of her joy come together against a world trying to keep them apart. A happy ending for some. But is happiness, like beauty, all in the eye of the beholder? Where is the line between fandom and fixation? One can never tell in Night Springs.
I don't know how that was supposed to get Alan out of the dark place. Alright, This is probably going to get me... I'm going to listen to it, but this might be cut out, this bit. I have to listen to it at least once. I think they've been really, really sparse with calling it an Elder God. It clearly is. So, I guess the thing about the Dark Place is he's bound to the rules of the medium. So, like, I guess he could try and write his way out, but he's just, like, caught making an episode of Night Springs. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the only other commentary on what the Dark Presence is there's a tree you pass in the first game called the Great Old One, I think it's called, and it's like that's an Elder God, that's the name of the Elder God, and it just like doesn't really reference that idea because it's like it's not really focused upon.